Hello everyone, I am the Black Shadow, and welcome to the first of 3 preliminary games I'll be playing in the second ever Sangtuary tournament, being hosted by Sangluten. This is for Dune Imperium Digital, with the Rise of X and Immortality expansions. As noted, yes, this is the second iteration of the tournament, hosted by Sangluten. The first one was about 6 months or so ago, which we also participated in as well. Format of the tournament's pretty straightforward. There is, I believe, 44 entrants into this competition. Everyone here gets to play 3 matches against random but generally different opposition. Scoring is done on a 5-3-2-1 basis. 5 for the winner, 3 going further down. And then, after everyone's played 3 games, the top 16 players will be sent to a straight knockout semi-final with seeding, and then the 4 winners of that going through to the grand final to be played for all of the marbles. We did participate in the first version of this tournament. We actually had a pretty decent competition, all things being equal, finishing pretty high up the pack in the first tournament, 6th overall with 2 victories, and a 3rd place in the other one as well. But it was all pretty darn competitive, played pretty nicely, was fairly happy. The one game we couldn't win, didn't really have a whole lot of chance in, but that's the way it goes down. And then we got to the knockouts. We drew kind of the semi-final of death. It was a brutal game, which didn't go too well for us, and we didn't make it through to the finals in the end, which is fine. But overall, I was fairly happy at how I played, but we'd definitely like to go one step further in this one. As far as this tournament is concerned, I'll show you guys, again, where the standings are for this competition. And here is the standings right here. So, a couple of known entities currently in the top 16. We got Georgius, I believe it is, who is the only person to play free and win free. Ship It Holler and Sangluten also there. Odin Yggdrasil, definitely a name we've come past before. Friarchi as well. Today, though, we're not going to be playing any of them. Our competitors are going to be Deluxe, who has so far played 2 games, only got 3 points from him, so has to get a win out of this game, basically. We've got Tahoe, who has yet to play a game, and also Wyverx, who's played 2 and is yet to get beyond 4th place in this one. As far as like the cutoff for getting to the top 16, you're usually, in the last tournament, you were looking 11 to 10 points, so you are going to have to win a game somewhere. 3 second places is not going to be enough. You're going to have to win one of the 3. But, you know, hopefully we can do pretty well. My tournament form's not been that bad. We did alright in this tournament. The previous cup I played as well in the Bludgeon tournament. We made the finals as well. So, feeling pretty good about things. We'll look to hit the ground running in this one. So we're just waiting for our last player to get into the lobby. A reminder that this game is being played with both expansions, Rise of X and Immortality. It's play to 11 as well. So must score the whole 10 points instead of just 9, leaving the game out just a little bit longer. The usual ranked format for the digital platform. As I've mentioned as well, it's also nice to be able to kind of play in these events, you know, play with a lot of folks that I haven't definitely played before. It's cool to be able to, you know, record these and, you know, use it to support these events as well, give it a bit of exposure. It's definitely really good. So in the case like with the 3v3 tournament, I am hoping to get a couple more games covered for that competition, but unfortunately it started in like the busiest 2 weeks I've got like this side of the summer. So there's only so much you can really do for it. That's the way it goes down sometimes. But regardless, you know, we'll look to kind of play pretty positively, you know, play aggressively, put our opponents in difficult positions, and try and take this one down. Alright then, last player is here. Let's get ourselves underway in this one. Always a bit of pressure on the first game, just to get off to a decent start. First position it is for us, and there is meta all over the joint. We're not going to be seeing any of it. Okay. Opening row, Chosen Directorship is out there, which does make a potential Helena kind of interesting. Although getting the 8 persuasion for that is going to prove to be very, very difficult. Tech-wise, Chalmurky, Flagship Spaceport, not all are going out there as well. Helena gets taken. Hyena gets taken in 4th position. Okay, then. So someone's going to grab that. So we're going to be able to get one of these 3 leaders here. It probably would have been Helena if I hadn't got round to there. It's going to either Beast or Ilban. And it's going to be Beast in 1st position here, which I don't entirely hate. I don't entirely hate that. It's going to be kind of a bit of a weird opening for us to get Beast in 1st position. We're going to be encouraged to kind of not go heavy in the first fight because we can leverage a lot of violence in the second one with position as well and extra troops and make life difficult for us. But I don't really see how we don't take Beast here. Unit could be alright, but the extra money is a little tricky. I'd have to go like Spice Smugglers, a bit awkward. Let's go take Beast. Which I'm fine with. I'm pretty comfortable with it. Opening conflict is the Mixed Smuggling Skirmish. We pull okay. We pull okay. Now this is kind of interesting. So we could definitely smuggle and just win the fight and cash in. It gets the 7 Solari. Any money we could then get would get us the Swordmaster. It put a lot of pressure on people going wealth to block me from going Swordmaster. We might have to go pretty heavy this. Also, the second Spice would allow me some potential immediate Bene Gesserit moves in the second round to cut our debt down. Means we're not using Diplomacy, but it's not a catastrophe. So we've already got kind of, you know, some options. Let's see what happens. It's a sort of combat where if Tesia could Hardy Warriors and ring the Spacing Guild, she certainly would. Immediate Wealth Mentat from Ilban. Didn't even think about it. Just rocked it in immediately, so we know how he's going to be playing. I'll see if I can try and cut off some Mentats later on in this game. Okay, just go Still Suits instead. But definitely, like, if I have my ring, I'm barreling Hardy Warriors here. To try and get shipping, cash it in straight away. Interesting. We could go Hardy Warriors ourselves. There's a bit of chat there. I didn't see what that was about. Hardy Warriors ourselves would let us use Diplomacy and get the extra bump, which would be nice. We would lose the water. I don't think losing the water is a big deal, though. We're not likely to get to, like, Haga Basin, realistically. And it cuts off this and just means that we just win this fight. And I think that's important. And again, it puts pressure on Wealth next round. I don't know if he would go Wealth immediately. I'm unsure. We'll have to see what happens. But either ways, let's just let's get it in. This all rain was fine. I wouldn't have minded the intrigue, but I think getting the faction bump is more valuable. There's a bit of chatter there from the guys about the competition. No one here has a chance to proceed to the semis. I haven't played a game yet. I think the 2 people that have played, it's very unlikely they're going to make it there. Me and Tahoe, this is the first game. Did have the ring. Interesting. Okay. Is she going to put this in? If she puts it in, she's got double daggers, then, you know, it's awkward. But I think if she was going to put it in, she should have just hit Hardy Warriors immediately. I think just goes for the second troop. Yeah, I feel like if you were going to commit to this, you should have gone Hardy Warriors instead of Steel Suits. So we're going to have free Persuasion here. Jamis is a great card for us, by the way. I really want to pick this up. This is an alliance we can absolutely make plays for. Infiltration, a bit of card trashing. This also really encourages going selective breeding next round as well. And hoping we don't pull Jamis, but I think Jamis looks really strong here. So we're going to go ahead and take him. Nothing else for us to buy, that's cool. But yeah, this is absolutely in the alliance we can go for here. Now, yeah, we have to cash in straight away, which is fine. I'm not expecting to get to Wealth or Smuggling. I'm expecting both of these to be blocked off by our opponents. In which case, yeah, we'll go Selective Breeding with Sikh Allies. We will go and trash the Dagger. And we'll kind of see what we pull. We've got options all over the place here. Tezia blows the row for 5 and finds TM round 1. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Well, you can't do anything about that. Can't do anything about that at all. Helena with 3. Benny's sister looks good and takes it. And then Ilban's going to have probably 5 of his own. I imagine he might blow the row here. Spice Hunter's alright. Oh, he's got 4. Probably just go Spice Trader then and call it a day. It's a decent reveal. And that's what we indeed see. No one's got any intrigues of any of its substance. Tezia would have put in more troops if she had a battle intrigue. So we take the initial victory, which is good. And we'll just take the money. That's kind of wild. So any money Swordmasters us, which is great. So we'll see what happens. I assume Ilban will go wealth. And I assume whoever doesn't... I assume Helena will go shipping. And then Tezia to go fold space. That's my assumption in this. I wouldn't say it's Tezia's game to lose, but like getting round 1 TM is always so strong. So crazy strong. We'll see what happens. So Idina comes off. We are going to be last to reveal. Pretty likely, which is okay. So it's Ilban who smuggles this time instead. Okay. He does have faction access. I think he's eyeing up Hardy Warriors here. He wants to win this battle. It's a juicy combat as well, it should be noted. So what's Helena going to do? Helena has faction access. Does she rip Hardy Warriors first? Or does she go wealth just to block me? I think like she should get involved in this fight, honestly. Tezia doing this as well is giving up this water in this combat, which is good for us. I feel like if you're Helena, you should just be ripping Hardy Warriors. It's pretty obvious that's where Ilban wants to go. I think this has gotta be the move, right? I feel like doing this is just not that beneficial to you right now. It's kind of a spite move. Spices. Is she going conspiring? Maybe so. Well, okay. Not quite what I expected, but I can live with this. This is a good result for us, honestly. So it's going to be Wealth Swordmaster, and then probably a city of some kind. Because Tezia's going there. Ilban might be going Mentat anyways here. I'm not entirely sure. Kind of a weird spot, this. But he definitely has faction access. Steel suits. He doesn't rip it here. What is going on? How do you not just rip this in? Wow. Very defensive start here from people. Like, Tezia could absolutely have gone Hardy Warriors and won the last combat. Ilban could definitely have gone Hardy Warriors and won this fight, but no one does. I don't know what that move is here. It's kind of a strange one. Like, Great Flat, you're not going to get there. Someone's going to beat you to it. And now, Helena's kind of in a bit of a weird spot now as to what does she do here? She's got faction, but she can't get there. She's got no... She's no Swordmaster. No water, so she can't hit Hardy Warriors. She's spent it on Hager Basin. Assumably, she's conspiring. She is. Are we going to win this fight? I need to look at this very carefully. Who has what swords? Helena's got 1 sword and a random intrigue. What does Ilban have? Because we might give up Swordmaster. Are we ever giving up Swordmaster here? I gotta look at this. What did Ilban reveal last round? 1 dagger. So he has 1 dagger, maybe a second. This is a wild opening round. Blows the row looking for stuff. The conspiracy's not bad. But he would have wanted better than that. It's grafting, but he needs Emperor and Spacing Guild cards. He doesn't really have any of those yet. I forgot what he bought round 1. Spice Trader. So there's nothing pairing for the bump. But it's a bit of flexibility. No daggers. Well, this is wild. And Helena's only got 1 dagger, so... If this is not a combat intrigue, we're going to win this with 2 troops. What? Do we Carfag or Arakeen? I kind of want Arakeen because this is a great hand. And I'm not going to be able to buy much of any real interest this round. If she's got swords, she's got swords. The odds of me finding swords to beat her if she's got swords are, like, crazy low. I think Arakeen is actually better, and then I could have more persuasion and blow the row and look for a stronger card. Let's blow the row now and see what's there. That might influence our decision. Keys to Power would be decent. I got 1 card that gets me there. It's a random intrigue. She didn't know what she drew till she went here, so... She only limped. I think we gamble slightly. Also doing this, if I don't pull Jamis, I can trash him. If I pull Convincing, I get keys. And if I pull Jamis, I get a load of swords. So basically, almost anything we drew was fine. So Keys to Power it is. That's a great card. We need 2 Influence of the Emperor, which we can definitely get to work on. Is Chair Dog ever good for us in this game? Chair Dog with keys is actually pretty good. Chair Dog Jamis is nice. But we're not going to be drawing cards. We can afford to wait a little bit, so let's take our time. Maybe even like some Beguiling could be pretty cool with Jamis. We'll see what happens. In any event, no swords. We win Imperial Base in round 2 with 2 troops. That is crazy. Very huge for us. It's a massive result. What's our text again? Okay. So we've got lots of stuff to do now. This is a very good start for us here. Very strong. Round 2 Swordmaster. End winning this. Having won the first combat as well. Very big. So we want to use this card, and this card. We want to be hitting the Emperor now. If we can get to Wealth, that means Keys to Power is active, and anytime we play it, we're getting 2 spies. That is big. So, straight flat for Tesia, because shipping is safe. And so is Swordmaster, so she can get that first. Shouldn't be any particular danger. If Helena can get to fold space, this then gets interesting. But she doesn't have it. Smuggling it is. This works. But she now threatens Swordmaster and make that a bit awkward. She pulls the manipulation. Does not go for Gurney. I'd love to hit this as well. We've got lots and lots to do here. So let's go Steel Suits. Oh, there's so many things I want to do here. So many things I want to do here. I do kind of want to block Steel Suits off to stop them from deploying off of it. It's what you want to do. Let's do this first. Cut that off. Gives me siege access as well. Get rid of this dagger. And we'll kind of see how this plays out. We'll see what we want to do. So there's again, Wealth gets Keys to Power active. Selective Breeding gives us chances to play for Gurney. Although it's going to be very hard to actually get Gurney. I mean, I could play Key. I mean, I got 3 out of 4. I could trash Recon. And then even go Tech Negotiation. But I wouldn't have any Spice. Which would feel kind of bad. I'm looking at a card like Spice Hunter as like a cheap faction access and pairing with Beguiling. Helena goes Hardy. Makes sense. She does not go Swordmaster. She abandons Swordmaster to do this. She could infiltrate, of course. But she abandons it to get in first here, scared that someone else is going there, which is totally reasonable. Man, I don't know what's the best move here. I think it's just Wealth. I think it's just Wealth here. I think it's just Wealth. Yeah, let's get Keys to Power going. The money's good. It slows down our opponents for Swordmasters. Gets us to maybe like High Council. Goodbye Dreadnought. Just gives us a bit of options. Tesia Highlines. Oh my goodness. Shipping abandoned for Highliner. Unless, has she got like urgent recall? Oh my god. Wow. Well, I did not expect that. That is a... What a move. I thought she was just going to keep it, ship twice, and just get like an early flagships or something. Not to be. And now what do we do? Second ring would be nice to get the garrison. I do want to hit Basin though. It's +3 spice. I'd experiment as well. We can start going down, get some beetles. Probably go down this route. Looks pretty strong. I could go buy Dreadnought, but there's no text to buy at the same time, which I kind of do want. I feel like this is just going to be a good move. I think it's just going to be a good move. It gives me the chance maybe later on to buy Dreadnoughts and Chow Murky or something. I don't know if we're ever conspiring this game. Like, this is going to be self-funded by Keys to Power being active. I think like a Dreadnought Chow Murky move looks really good, considering I have no intrigues as well. I think that looks really nice. Makes us a lot harder to fight. We must secure an alliance, though. That is very important that we do that. Doing this means we don't get Beguiling, but it's okay. So what's going on here? Is this urgent recall? Has she got... Maybe she's got demand respect, possibly, for the alliance? I don't know, but that was a massive, massive move to rip the liner there. Massive move. Chair-Dog again is an option. Chair-Dog keys would be nice. Chair-Dog to any experimentations, okay. Chair-Dog Jamis would be alright as well, but it's not strong enough to really consider buying, so we'll just stay out of this for now. But yeah, seeing this level of Alliance ahead of me is pretty good. It's Gurney Halleck for Count Ilban. That's concerning. That is going to be a problem for us later on this. That's going to be problems. There's going to be problems. Ilban does look pretty good here as well, I'm not going to lie. Like, I think his opening couple of rounds have been pretty alright. No bumps he can get with Interstellar Conspiracy is the main thing. Says he wins it. Gilbank Raid. It's not the worst thing to see. There is Jamis. Not a great draw, honestly. Not a great draw. Probably just going Hagar Basin is fine. Jamis, I want to get rid of Recon. Let's go ahead and do this. We're going to have water. We're going to infiltrate steel suits. This threatens Highliners later on as well. I think just get those resources. There's not much spice out there. Let's really restrict our opponents. Demand Respect comes out. That's a fantastic card for us. It's an incredible card for us. Suddenly now, like a Highline, looks insanely good. Ilban just spamming Mentat every round here. That's all he's going to do. Man, we can even highline this for cheap as well. Like, we're looking pretty good. I like our chances this game. We just need a big combat to fight for next round, and we just rip it here. Once we get the alliance, it powers our ring too. Just gotta maneuver correctly here. I like Carthag here. Right, let's get more intrigues going. No real reason to draw when our hand is that good next round. Let's keep these intrigues going. Calculate Higher is the card. That's also good. We can then stop Ilban from just spamming this all day. And we have 4 good cards to use. We can buy something half decent next round. Death Commando has some nice synergy with Jamis. Tessie might obviously be great. I don't expect to get there. Spice Smugglers ever a thing for us in this game? Maybe? We have a lot of spice, though I'm intending to rip it with liners. But it would be a way of getting hold of a bump that's going to be a bit awkward to get otherwise. Because Demand Respect's going to get me an alliance. Either Fremen or Emperor. Probably Emperor Alliance. I feel like if I use this and just get this garrison, supplies you for the next combat, like in round 6, the ring's active as well, like that's really scary, and no one's going to be able to take that. Roey's kind of quiet now. More spice for us there. No need to get involved in this fight. The money's not that important. Of course, she can infiltrate. I expected to put this in as well. The money's good. She wants high council, stuff like that. Just limps it. That's fine. Yeah, seems good. Get a recon. It's done its job. We've only got a 9-card deck right now. Incredibly small. Just haven't bought much. Haven't needed to. Do we have our 3rd specimen now because of experimentation? Question as to what we want to do with it. We can't top deck pheromones. We haven't gone far enough on the track, so we could just take a beetle out of it. Other thing as well with this is that these specimens in the tank are gonna get in the way of Highliner and like building troops. So I should probably play it now. Fucking Manatee comes out. Ilbar might be able to get that. That's scary. But I think we'll take the Death Commander. I think those swords will be nice pairing with Jamis. That's a 5 sword reveal combined. That's very good. Yeah, I think we need to spend them whatever we do here. Let's just go get the beetle. Make a push for this. And let's go get that Death Commando. And, like, really threaten some problems for our opponents. Does he have 7? He's got 9. I think he takes full humanity, honestly. I think he takes that over the Spiceman's Flow. Round 4, you expect to see us a couple of times. What I would probably do. No, Spiceman's Flows it instead. TM reveal for Tesia. So she went this way. Obviously, wanting the trash card, see as much TM as much as possible. We'll probably just go this way, I would expect. No, it goes down. Wants the specimen. I think she wants to pull this in for this. I think's what's going on. We'll see what happens. Or maybe she thinks of going down. She'll cash this in and look to just get first to this. That might also be what she's doing. Certainly I ain't going to be able to beat her to it, but that's fine. I'm not too worried about the +2 spice. But this situation is really good. We're keeping our opponents restricted. No one's selective breeding. No one's doing any of that stuff. Just hampering our opponents. That's great. Ulan's the only one that gets any real significant money out of it. Trade Monopoly. It's not a great combat for us. In all honesty. It's not a great combat for us. Okay. We need to think about what we want to do here. Make careful decisions. It's good enough to highline. Don't worry about that. Do we just hit this and just get this isolated? No one's really got any garrison, though. Everyone's got tons of water. I could just selective breed our dagger now and be done with it. I like that. Let's do it. Just get it out of there. Sure, the Death Commando. No Jamis, sadly. That's a little unfortunate. Grab that Metentat. Get it out of there. So if we win this combat, it does mean we can just smuggle somewhere. Take a bump. And we could use that bump to, get our second bump here. And get that victory point done. So it's not a disaster. Not a disaster. So she's going to ship. Might go up and down to grab Chalmurky. I wouldn't be surprised to see that. She gets the spice, of course. She can't get flagships. She's a spice short. She will not be able to get hold of that. Only thing I've got to be careful of is if I do highline... Oh no, Keys to Power gives me the 2 spice back for this, so I don't have to worry about that. It's not a problem. I wouldn't be surprised to see a... that. Obviously, her doing here means she's delayed her snoopers. So she is not getting any double bumps out of stuff yet. She is slowed down by this. Go Spaceport instead. Does she have eyes on for humanity, maybe? Hard to know. I kind of want to go Arakeen. I want to draw into this. I'd love to find that. If we can find Jamis, that would save me some troops. Or even just use Jamis outright to get this alliance. We could also highline and go try and get research station when everyone's got buckets of water. Odds of getting there aren't high. Kind of like Arakeen here. But if we highline immediately, we could get here, we could get here. Both spots would be good. Any of these three are fine. Maybe highlining first is correct. Let's do it. And we can just put 8 troops in. We can put 4 in and keep the garrison back because we've still got action economy on our opponents here. And all the ways to deploy. But yeah, the only thing with this is we will have to get to smuggling somewhere. But if I can get to, like, research station, and I can research station to this, then whatever I smuggle, I can just get one of these out of it. But I do think we are in good shape here. I would have preferred this to be a victory point, but trade monopoly is fine. Really hard for opponents to do a lot here combat-wise. Very difficult. Puts them in difficult positions now. What do they want to do? Tessie would love to win this fight, but it's so difficult. I think she was readying up for a Hardy Warriors. I feel that's what she might have been doing. Looks like she's going to stay better of it, though. So she'll get her bump using her ring. She'll temporarily drop this alliance to do this. And again, either of these is fine. I can live with either. What is better for us here? Probably Research Station. I think I'd rather Research Station get the spice. We're okay for spice for now. It's not a problem for us. Yeah, but we're not using experimentations because of all the other stuff we're using, so this helps supplant that. I think this is good. Convincing. No Jamis! We did not pull him. Did not pull him. Interesting. Well, I'm gonna have to put in the extra troop here. Because we have no swords coming from the Death Commando. Now, here's an interesting argument. Do we actually consider revealing early for humanity here? I don't think so, because we can just get Worm Riders. Puts the dudes in anyways. Now, why would he put those in? Has he got some double crossing going on here? I don't know. We can always go Siege with the Death Commando. We're not trashing anything, though. Great Flat does go. But if I go Siege, then I can Hardy Warriors with Jamis. And still have 2 water for, like, more Research Station or something. Or more spice. So, interesting decision. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That would be fine. There's no issues there. Or I could just go here and take 2 spice. And just advance. Nah, I like going Siege. And that makes me a little bit nervous. There could be shenanigans going on here. We're not trashing anything is the unfortunate part of this, but it's like, oh well. So we want to decline that. Let's just make certain of this. We get the troop back anyways from the combat. He might just have staged or something. Or maybe gruesome. But it's important for us to win this battle. So I'm happy to overcommit a little bit for this. Roman Politics comes off. It's not a bad card. But yeah, there could have been swords and, like... Could have been a lot of problems. 8 persuasion for Tesia Vernius, who's going to get to the end of the track here. She does not have enough money to pay for 2, but she won't care. And that's the thing, like, our pace of play is being forced to go fast because of Talaxu Master. It's forcing us to go fast here. So she goes for humanity. So she's going to go all in for this alliance here. That's the plan. And now it's like, do we get involved here and put demand respect into this? I don't know. Treachery comes off. Is this actually a better card for us than Worm Riders? Treachery allows us to fight this alliance. So demand respect this, treachery this, Jamis this, shipping this, right? That's the plan. And if he's got 2 sword intrigues to beat us or something crazy, then what do you do? Alright. Here we go. Garrison back up. Couple of shipping bumps. And then demand respect played to give us the Emperor Alliance and re-garrison us. And now our ring is active as well. Harvest cells from Ilbarn. That's why he put them in. He wanted the specimens. And it's like, well, I'll get a decent second place. Fair enough. We can probably bump down on this as well to get the extra bump here if I need to, because I'm going to get this through just specimens from experimentations that I'm not using. There is our hand. Raid stockpiles is the combat. It's not amazing. It's not amazing. We'll have to see what happens by the time the turn gets to us. There's some options. Obviously, we could get our shipping bump in now. It's smuggling. Mentat with 4 humanity, huh? Look at that. I think Tesia Vernius might legitimately give this alliance up. I'm not worried about it. I don't know. No, she does use it to get hold of that now. But I don't know if she'll that interested in holding on to it. We'll see. Steel suits from her is reasonable. So I think we go reset station again. I want to try and find treachery. We just need to give ourselves some options here. And we can still put in like a load of troops on this fight, and it would be a good fight to win anyways. Let's go ahead and let's go do that. We're not even going to get the second specimen bump. Keys to power found. No treachery though. Let's go ahead and use that for... Am I going Jamis here? What are my 2 moves going to be? Probably just these 2 cards. So I guess I am Jamising this. And I could just BG this, like it's secrets. Yeah. Let's go get this point now then. Because I'm not going Font Space. And we can just be really aggressive here. We can be pretty liberal with our forces. Guardian for spice. And the spice here would be good. Like, keys and secrets, and this gets us to 5, and then all of a sudden, we've got more highline competition we're threatening. If anyone goes here, we get to 6. Rain coming next round. Treachery coming next round. We absolutely must win the next combat, though. Right, let's go secrets. No, I think we got to keep pushing this. Find coal, which is not a bad card. I might use it just to get rid of experimentation. Or maybe get rid of convincing. We're not really ever buying spiceless flows in this deck. It's more card draw. What am I doing with you, Jamis? I guess I have to keep hold of you because of Death Commando. We'll keep hold of that. There's worlds where, like, if we get, like a In the Shadows or an assassination mission, or maybe, like, the smuggling card, Freighter Fleet, we could always just buy it and just basically pay a point to get, like, a bump or something. Here, this begins. Obviously, we know what's going on here. But we're going to have to fight Tessia for it. And if we're fighting Tessia for it, she's not getting this. And if she's not getting this, she's never competing up here. So we've just got to fight her. Halfad's going to be played here. I think we just lose a troop. I want to get to 6. I want to make sure I grab Worm Riders. And this is not a combat that people are going to heavily go for. Difficult for Helena to put in here because I've still got the action. Ilban might just drop the troop anyways. And he's going to give up Guild Admin. Let's put us in a bit of a tricky spot, though. There are worlds we do get to this, I suppose. I do have 7 Solari, in theory, right? Now we have actually kind of an interesting spot here. So what we could consider doing is instead of going here for this alliance, we could just go Basin. Knowing we've got diplomacy, and just get ready to highline next round. Because we're going to get Highline Spice. The problem is, so is Helena. This is why Helena's putting this in. She's readying up for Highline, I think. I don't think she has... I think Diplomacy is here. And I think... Because she would have played Diplomacy. She hasn't played it, so she's not drawn it. So she's getting ready to Highline next round. So we're not going to get there in time. She's going to beat us to it. So I think in that case, I think we just do this. Do I really want to commit more dudes to this fight? No, I don't think we can. I think we just gotta take it what it is. I would have preferred the intrigue, but it's fine. So we are going to get Worm Riders. This +6 swords is going to be huge. We have got swords in this deck for sure. But we also threaten treachery here. We threaten all sorts of things, so interesting to see how this is going to play out. It's all very finely poised. We're in good shape. The odds of us holding 3 alliances are admittedly pretty low. But someone getting to a 5th bump on any of these factions is also not easy. Even Tezzy is going to struggle to get up to that. As long as we get there first, but don't feel like we're going to. She's just going to ship and get this alliance here. Looks like that's what she's going to do. Temporarily drops this down. She's got Hardy Warrior plans in mind. Looks like that's what she's going to do. She's looking at Hardy Warriors to get that. Okay. More intrigues coming in. We don't have to treachery this, it should be noted. It's not, we're not obligated. Let's go get Worm Riders. Oh my god, I could triple bump the Bene Gesserit with this. Do I give up? Am I ever giving up this point to do it, though? I'm definitely grabbing that. It's a definite option. But maybe I should just take the save point. But where am I scoring 2 points next round? That's the problem here. But I might not be able to beat Tezio at the Alliance anyways. I think this is safe. I think Beguiling's a little too fancy. Let's use this to get rid of... No. No, I'm going to hold on to the intrigue. It's not doing a lot for us to cull right now. And also, if we have that one intrigue, no one knows what that is. That could be swords. This could be staged. It could be bribery. It could be anything, this. The power of having one intrigue as opposed to no intrigues whatsoever is significant. It does make a difference in this game. Just makes it a little bit harder to deal, especially when we're getting involved into combat stuff. Although, to be honest, we're at a stage where if people are going to fight, they're just going to fight. But I'd rather just hold on to it for a little bit of deception. Anyway, so Helena will win the fight, assumably. Well, she's going to get the high line before us. So there's no need to really compete with that. Also, if we don't cull... If we do get both experimentations, we can go here to get this. That is still an option that is there. It's not completely abandoned. Economic supremacy. Well, that's not a bad combat for us, honestly. Could have drawn slightly better. But we've got swords. So selective breeding, I think, is just the hit. Gets the intrigue, puts us under pressure. We need to draw more cards. We've got to find our ring. We've got to find this. We've got to find this. The Stella being played. Now, where is she blocking? I have no earthly idea what she's blocking. I think she's going to block selective and to use it herself. That's unfortunate for us. Oh, she had the Fremen card in hand. Fair enough. There's also lots of intrigues out there as well. Secrets is pretty juicy right now. But I assume she's blocking this. So, Brian, so with with the cards she's got, if she has this alliance, she can take a double down on any... She blocks secrets. Wow. She wants these. She wants them. That is concerning. We might not be able to stop her. Like, Talaxu Master might just power over the line here. If so, you know, that's how it goes down. It gives me the extra spice, which I'm okay with. If I'd had the extra one, she would never have done that, because obviously she would have given away Highliner. That's fine. But we just hit this. There's nothing else to be hitting here. This alliance is safe. This alliance is pretty safe. Also, I want to keep Ilban away from this as well. We just need to get to second place here. I think second place is important in this situation. Let's go get this. Snooper. Okay. That helps. Just extra card draw. Let's trash Treachery to get the double draw. So basically turned her into a triple draw. There's Worm Riders. There is Worm Riders. Research station smuggling would be amazing. We'd be able to turn that into an additional point here. And Signet Ring we could use to get a load of dudes in. We've got all these swords coming. We've got 3, 5. We've got 11 swords coming. That's a highliner in swords. The benefits of having a small deck here. This and this would be the dream. She's going to dispatch, I think... she's just doing that to defend here. That's not really what she wants to be doing. She must really want these cards. Must really, really want them. So we're not playing for the win here, realistically. We're just going for second. So it's Research Station, Signet Ring. And then we want to smuggle and get... We want to bump here, and get the second point, get to 11 and win the game. That is the plan here. We might even get Spiceless Flower Arrow doing it too, if we're lucky. Here we go. Experimentation 1. Experimentation 2. We're not going to be trashing. We're going to decline. And now we just got a variety of options. We could High Council save the Spice Must Flow. We could go here. We can do a variety of stuff. But yeah, these 11 swords. I'm not saying that we can't win this fight, but there are still worlds that we win this fight. They definitely exist. What's the strongest move for me to do here? I think whether we go here or here, we're probably getting this second place. I don't see how we don't unless we get insanely unlucky on this or this. .23 strength is probably enough to get the job done. It's just a question of what is the best move. We can get 2 spice here. We can get 2 spice here. This gives us a bump and also troops. Arguably, we do this and bump here, so just in case something crazy happens, we can, in theory, steal this. We could also play Worm Riders itself to maintain the Spiceman's flow. But I don't think there's really doing a whole lot here. So we've got a decision to make. Doing this gets us an extra intrigue. I think smuggling is better here. Because it gets us to here. We get the intrigue as well. That might just be what we need. In the Shadows is out there. Oh my god. Oh, I was looking at culling it. Although Freighter Fleet's now out there. I would not be brave enough to bump up to grab Freighter Fleet to trash it. I don't think I'm brave enough to do that. Not when she's got 2 cards in hand. She's just going to buy it. Maybe she has power play? I think she just takes that. Maybe she bumps that, though. That's a card draw. She's never doing that. That would be so insane a move. And, like, get Shuttle Fleet. I don't think I can justify that. This loses me Spiceman's flow. We'll see what happens. What do we buy? What do we find? Water of Life is not helping us right now. Just keeps the pressure on here. The extra spice is good for tiebreakers. Uses that to get troops in. Yeah, she's definitely got intrigues. Oh, I so wanted to do that. I so badly wanted to do that. That would have been the sickest move to bump up. That would have been the absolute sickest move, but I just don't think in this sort of situation I have that in my arsenal. I think too often she just grabs it. She just does that for a card. She's looking for TM. She's just looking for TM. That's insane. She misses. Actually would have stayed. She's going to grab power play. That's so sick. Well, it's fine. Okay. So. Use that to get our second Talaxi point. I'm kind of amazed I got there. We're going to grab Freighter Fleet. We're going to use that to immediately cull it. I actually kind of like Fopter as like a drawing card, just in case we need it. We'll just leave it there. This might not matter, but just in case it does. Ilban just takes the points. We might, I mean, we could be dead to rights here, possibly. We'll see what happens. If we win the combat, I would argue the game's over. We're going to finish with 12. But who knows? I think we've played a pretty good game, whatever happens. Staged. There is endgames here for sure. But I don't really see what endgames she can get outside of Talaxu endgames. We win the combat. 11 swords just brute forces the combat. That's crazy. We're gonna finish with 12. Is it enough to win the game, though? Does she have 2 endgame points? That's the concern. Good luck, us. Helena had plans. That was no good for Tesia anyways. Tiebreaker for Ilban. Just the one. And we defeat a round 1 Talaxu Master from Tesia Vernius. What a game. Holy Christ. That was wild. Well, I'm super happy with that. That's a good game to win there. My goodness me, we had to work for that too. Whew! That's our deck. That is our deck there. Pretty small, pretty concise. Never bought a whole lot. Trash what we needed to do. Jamis early is such a great beast card. It's alliance you want to go for. Beast players do tend to struggle to trash a lot, which is why I tend to struggle to trash a lot. So a card like Jamis is just absolutely perfect for you. And then the decision to just swamp resources early allow us to really, really expand in the mid-game. Keys to power, refunding us that precious spice, getting the Highliner going as well. Managed the fight and, cause whereas obviously because we were restricting spice so heavily, no one was going selective breeding, which is something that Tezia desperately wanted to do, but no one had anything. Winning Imperial Base in round 2 with 2 troops was kind of insane. I did not expect that to happen. And also kind of swilling our way here with a couple of research stations as well to get to the second victory point. Also a bit of a surprise. So I feel like I had a little bit of fortune this game in kind of like a couple of people could have made decisions that would have made my life a lot more difficult. But in the end, managing, we took advantage of what we could, and certainly, an 11 sword reveal, basically a Highliner on reveal there. And Helena did not have anything to respond to it, and we take down economic supremacy. So we won, out of 7 combats, we won 4, nearly won 5. Just absolute, just pain and misery on our opponents on the battlefield there. So that's a great victory. And certainly against Tezia as well, who obviously with TM, super dangerous, didn't draw it this round. If she finds it, she wins the game on Spice tiebreak, because surely she gets the Spices flow, but she missed the draw. Had no other end. And Chow Murky as well, yeah, so she would have won regardless. So, rolled a dice a little bit at the end, but I feel like I couldn't have played that game much better. I felt really strong, really flowing. Everything that we bought, everything made an impact. That was a little bit looser in the end. Jamis was big, Keys to Power was big, Worm Riders at the end with those big chunk of swords, and then Treachery as well, also giving us that little bit extra impact on this conflict as well. So yeah, super happy with that. Glad to start with a win. That helps take definitely a bit of the edge off the tournament. Still a long way to go. Still got to play pretty solid, but winning the first game always, always, always feels pretty good. GG to our opponents. It was a good scrap. Ilban, I think, actually didn't play all that badly. Just unfortunately took him a bit too long. There was no great deck synergy for him, unfortunately. Interstellar was nice. There was nothing to pair it with. Gurney looked good, but we had a very, very powerful battle engine by the time he was ready to go with that as well. And ultimately for Helena, just couldn't really get her teeth into the game, unfortunately. It wasn't hers to do there. Tried to fight me in combat, but I was pretty ruthless in that as well. So it just didn't happen for us. So GG's to Wyverx and Deluxe. Their tournaments are done. Maybe we'll see more from Tahoe later on in the competition. Either way, thank you much for the company, everyone. It's been much appreciated. We will definitely record and broadcast our next 2 games in the tournament as well. If I can just play like that for this tournament, we could really, really go places. We'll see. Thanks for watching, everyone. See you next time. Ding, ding.